Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Okay, today we have my November TBR. I'm always a few days late getting these out because I don't know why the end of the month always sneaks up on me and I'm like, oh yeah, I have a wrap up and a TBR and all the other stuff to do. So I have 20 books on this TBR, which is definitely a lot. There's no way I'm going to read all of those, but something that does really help me is having some structure, but also like a lot of choices. And last month on my TBR, I did read 6 books off of my 16 book TBR. I DNF'd an additional one, so that was 7 that I read or attempted. But I feel like that's pretty good. Like, I don't know. I know there are people that create a TBR and stick to it religiously, but that ain't me. Like, that's never gonna be me. I like having some structure, but I also like want to be able to choose something. Anyway, some of these books are book club books, so let's go ahead and get into what we got to talk about today. So the first books that I want to talk about are books that are for my Patreon book club. I do have a Patreon. It's very small, it's very cozy. We have a lot of fun in there and I love it so much, but something that we do is if you are in the So Delicious tier, we do a monthly book club. And I do an exclusive reading vlog, and then we have a live show. So for November and December, I decided to forego the live show for each of those months because they're just so busy usually with holiday things. And then we're gonna have a live show for both books the first week of January. So I'm still gonna be vlogging, I'm still gonna be reading the books, but we're gonna take a little bit extra time to do it until we have our live show. So I came up with something I wanted to do for this book club was to have a book. I thought it would be interesting to do it like a project, so I was thinking either like a duology, and then I was thinking historical romance, and then I was thinking, oh my gosh, it would be really fun to read like one of the older, like really older historical romances, and then a newer one, but then I couldn't decide which 2025 that I wanted to read for the group or that everybody hadn't already read. Like, I don't know. I had a problem deciding this. So we were having reading sprints on my Patreon one day, and Erin, one of my patrons, she said, what if we did, because the book I wanted to do that I said for sure is happening is A Rose in Winter by Kathleen Woodiwiss. I have still not read Kathleen Woodiwiss. Like, look at this stunning cover, you guys. Can you see how gorgeous? Bring back cover art like this, please. This has been an author I've been meaning to read for years, and specifically since starting my Patreon, I've had a couple of patrons, Linda and Susan, who really love this book and really love this author, so I was like, okay, executive decision, we are reading this book, and then I couldn't figure out quite what to do with the next book, so then Erin suggested, what if you did A Rose in Winter and Devil in Winter? And I was like, that's fun. So this is our November book. And I have been rearranging my house since we did some home improvements, so I still don't have all my books put up. But the other book we're going to do is Devil in Winter. My copy is still packed away. So I'm excited about that. So for November, A Rose in Winter. For December, Devil in Winter. And it's going to be like a joint or a project, a reading project live show. Anyway, it's going to be really fun. If you want to join my Patreon, the link's always down below. I have a 1-week free trial if you want to check it out. I do bonus videos, reading sprints. It's fun. Anyway, so that's something that I'm very excited about. Okay, and then the other 2 are actually for another book club. This is a book club that I run with Jen from the Book Refuge. We've been doing this for so long. We took a little bit of a time off because I was feeling a little overwhelmed. And now we're back to doing it quarterly. So this is historical romance. So we have, my choice was Of Lands High and Low by Martha Keyes. I'm very excited about this. This is another one that I heard about from Erin. And then the other one, this was Jen's pick, is The Tribune Temptation by Jenna Bigelow. So this is an interesting one because I believe this is set in like Roman history time frame. I just barely started this. Our live show will be November 19th on Jen's channel. So yeah, you still have time to read one or both of those with us. I think it will be very fun. So that's happening in November for sure. So then I have a few books that are just carryovers from the month before that I really want to try and get to. So one of those is Wild Revernce by Rebecca Ross. I'm actually reading this right now. So this is connected to her Divine Rivals series, but this is more about the gods. And I love her writing so much. This book is so stunning. And yeah, this one is definitely going to have to happen this month. And then the other 3 that are like carryovers are Hardly a Gentleman by Eloisa James. I for sure want to read that one. Wish You Were Here by Jess K. Hardy. I really enjoy her like Gen X, not Gen Z, Gen X contemporary romances. I love them. So Wish You Were Here by Jess K. Hardy. I'm really looking forward to reading that one. And then Wild Card by Elsie Silver. I still haven't read that one. So those are carryovers. So then other books that I'm excited about. Some of these are new releases. So one of those is Brimstone by Callie Hart. I read this when it was just indie published before it was gaining much traction, and I was very conflicted about it. Like, I had some pretty serious issues with some writing technical things in there, but I also got really hooked, and definitely hooked enough to that I want to read the second book. So I think this comes out like the 18th or something like that. It comes out in November. And then the other one, which actually comes out probably the day that you're watching this, is Empire of the Dawn by J. Kristoff. I love this series. I am very, very excited about this book. I am also scared. I think it's going to be devastating, but I can't wait for it. I think this is just so good. Just fantastic, dark fantasy. Really great. So then the rest of these are just books that I just want to read. So I have When She Tempts by Gabrielle Sands. I have not read this author yet, but I saw an Instagram reel of this that had me completely hooked. I think this is like, he's an older bodyguard, and the snippet that was shared, I was just like, I need to get that. And then I have The Perfect Stranger by Anne Gracie. I started this series last year, I think, maybe this year. Really enjoyed it, and I want to continue on with it. I love her historical romances. And then I have The Call of the Sea by Sian and Bessey. I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm probably not. She does closed-door historical romances that are very richly historically accurate. This one, I believe, is something like the 12th century, but I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be a good one. I've only read one book by hers before, and I really enjoyed her writing style. It is very richly historically detailed, more so than just about any other historical romance that I've read. So if you like that, then she may be for you. If you're not really about that, then she may not be for you. But I do really like how she builds her relationships and her romances, and I think this just sounds unique and great, so I'm excited. Okay, then I have a Christmas book. I have a couple of Christmas books. I have An Ivy Hill Christmas by Julie Klassen. This is a historical Christmas romance. I think it looks great. I bought this last year and then just never got to it, so I want to try and make sure and get to it this year. And then I have The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. I think this is so cute. I just grabbed this the other day. I did read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I thought I didn't really love it, but to be honest, I feel like I am approaching it more from just, I want something cozy, fun, and seasonal, and I know those are spicy too, but I just think that I just want to read it. So I grabbed it because it looks really fun, and I'm trying to really like embrace the holiday season and like romanticize it and have fun with it, and part of that for me is reading holiday themed romances or books. Like, I just think it's really fun. Okay, and then I have Good Spirits by B.K. Borrison. This is a brand new release. I really don't know anything about this. I think it might be, is this a Scrooge retelling? I'm gonna look. Yes, this is actually about Scrooge. It's the ghost of Christmas past come to haunt Harriet York. She doesn't know why she's being haunted. That's so fun. I love that. It says it's #1 in a series. I did really like Love Light Farms, and I think the cover of this is so beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. That one seems like that will be a really good time. Okay, and then another book that I want to read that I am definitely going to read is The Matrimonial Advertisement by Mimi Mathews. I read one. I love this author, I really do. But this is a book that was specifically like suggested by a patron for me to read, so that's definitely happening this month. And then I have The Everlasting by Alix E. Harrow. I have not read this. Actually, I have read this author before, but it was a long time ago. And I've recently been hearing about this book, that it is like deeply romantic and yearny, and I just am like all about that, so I can't wait. I can't wait to read this one. I think it's going to be beautiful. And then I have The Second Death of Locke. I've heard a little bit about this. I think this is like a lady night fantasy romance. I'm hyped. I think the cover is just beautiful, and I hope I really love it. I think it sounds great. And then the last book on my 20-book TBR is Thrown in the Dark. So I know this is I'm assuming this is its trad pub cover, unless this is just a special edition, because I believe this was indie published. I actually own the indie published version and the indie audio, So I saw this at the store recently and I just had to get it because I just think it's so pretty. I just love the cover so much. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. I'm excited about all of the books on my TBR actually. I feel like I've got some great ones. It's gonna be a really good reading month. I can't wait. So yeah. Let me know what book you are most excited about reading in November, and if you just want to leave me an emoji and let me know that you were here, please feel free to leave like a turkey, I guess, because it's American Thanksgiving in November. If you can find it. If you can't find that, just leave me your favorite emoji, any of them, it'll do. And I'll see y'all in my next video.